and it tells you we're live. So, hi everybody. I have with me the fabulous and amazing Dr. Yes, I associate with Dr. Laura, and pronounce your last name.
Riehm.
Riehm. She is the owner of Skin Deep Laser MD, and she is a legacy partner with the Women's Legacy Conference. So I just wanted to introduce you to her and tell you a little bit how we met. We met at a women's networking group called What Women Want in Fort Worth. And gosh, it's been about 8 months, I would say. And it's been pretty neat because Laura and I have kind of slowly worked into a friendship, and she had known about the conference in September and was kind of interested, but it was after, I think it might have been even after the fact, but you mentioned to me that you were interested in getting involved and being part of it. And so she was definitely one of the first ones I contacted this year, and I'm super excited that she decided to be a partner, and I value each and every single one. And I really appreciate that, you wanted to be part of it. So, and I'm even more excited because she actually is in Fort Worth, and I'll let you share a little bit about why you're wanting to be part of the conference in the Parker County area. But it's just neat to bring friendships that I have made in the Fort Worth area into the Parker County area, and so you're definitely one of those. And so just share a little bit about what you do here. And then later on, we'll talk about, you moving into or sharing why you want to get involved in the Parker County area.
So what we do here at Skin Deep Laser MD, I have lots of really fun lasers and other aesthetic treatments that you can do. There's a lot of people that don't like aging or don't like certain
I'm one of those.
don't like certain things that we see. If you look in the mirror and there's something that you look at and you say, I hate these brown spots. I'm, by the way, very heavily freckled. I hate these brown spots or age spots. I hate these moles. I hate the red spots, the spider veins. I don't like this tattoo that I got a couple of years ago and I'm wishing I hadn't. I have acne scars, or I have scars from from surgery in the past. So basically, little fine lines and wrinkles, texture of your skin. So pretty much anything that you will look in the mirror and say, I just feel like I don't look like me, or when I look at myself, I see this and it drives me crazy. So if there's something that you see when you look in the mirror that's stealing your confidence, then I can help you correct that.
Yes, and I love when she says that when you look in the mirror and you see something that steals your confidence. Unfortunately, I think women are probably horrible at it. I don't know, gentlemen, I'd love to hear your comments, but if you ever look in the mirror and you're just seeing your faults versus how amazing you are and the strengths that you have and the beauty that you have and things that you can accent by whatever, a color that you wear or makeup that you choose to put on. And so I know that we all look at something that is bothering us. And if you can do something that is safe,
right, absolutely,
and affordable,
and doesn't involve plastic surgery, doesn't involve knives, is these almost everything that I do has no downtime or very minimal downtime. So this is not doing something drastic. This is doing something that's easy, very safe, minimal to no downtime to just improve your looks and make you look a few years younger. But I'm not trying to make people that are 50 look 20. If you try to do that, you're just going to look crazy. We're just trying to make little minimal changes so that we all look our very best.
Yes.
And you know that when you look your best, you have more confidence, you exude more confidence, and when you know that you look good, then you present that to people. You feel better about yourself, you have more confidence, you
carry yourself differently, you speak differently,
you appear differently to people, and if you're in any kind of sales job, that's critical. We're in competition with people that are a lot younger than we are, and unfortunately our society doesn't really value age and wisdom as much as it should. People make a snap judgment on you within milliseconds of looking at you, and that unfortunately is not based on your wisdom and your experience, but based on your looks. So I think we all know that if we present ourselves well, and if we feel confident during those first few seconds, and we know that we look good, we feel good, then we're going to make a better first impression.
And so, it's not about being vain either.
No, I don't think so. And you mentioned the guys. I will tell you that the guys care what they look like too. They are not as open about it as we are, but they care too. There's lots of guys doing Botox now. There's lots of guys getting rid of their acne scars, or even just their little fine lines and wrinkles. Botox and fillers and laser treatments are very popular with the guys.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. And one of the things that I'm actually speaking at on the conference is about executive presence. And it's interesting that you said so many things about that initial impression, the first, how you look, unfortunately, how you are presenting yourself. In the book, it actually gives an example of a gentleman that was saying that exact same stuff, that he invests in how he looks in his features, so that he's not trying to, like you said, look 30 years younger, just, age gracefully.
Look a little fresher, not look tired.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I want to hit on something really important that is very important about when you come to Skin Deep. Skin Deep Laser MD. Do you say it all the time?
I do. Skin Deep Laser MD.
Okay.
Or you can say Skin Deep.
Okay.
It's a little shorter.
But Laura is a doctor, as I mentioned, and the fact, can you share or educate us about what it takes to actually run a laser and the qualifications, and why it's so important that people come to you?
So I actually am an anesthesiologist. So you might wonder why I'm doing this. It's a little bit of a jump. I'm an anesthesiologist. We opened Skin Deep just over 2 years ago. The reason I opened it was because I mentioned before I was very, very heavily freckled. I've always been freckled. I'm a redhead. I'll always be freckled.
And she doesn't wear much makeup.
I don't. I wear tinted sunscreen,
Jealous.
blush, and eye makeup. But I was wearing heavier and heavier makeup to cover up the heavy freckling that I had. It made me look almost like I had melasma. Dark, dark, dark freckles here. So I learned about a laser. There's just been crazy good jumps in aesthetic technology in the last few years. I learned about a laser that's very gentle, very new. First big jump in laser technology in 13 years.
Wow.
So I learned about this laser, and it could take off or at least lighten my freckles. I couldn't find one. So I searched and searched and searched, and finally found one far east Dallas. I, as an anesthesiologist, was working in the operating room a lot with plastic surgeons. And a lot of the plastic surgeons in town, we have fabulous plastic surgeons in this town, but we have a lot in Fort Worth that have kind of medical spas associated with their offices, or laser treatments that they do in their offices. So I started asking the plastic surgeons why they didn't have a Picasure laser. The answer from every one of them was that laser technology is just on this really steep slope right now, and getting better just by the month. They're getting better and better and better, and the technology is improving so fast that they could not keep up with the laser technology. They also didn't want to. They had their own job, and what they were telling me was that they had found that keeping up with the lasers and all the changes in aesthetics right now was a full-time job, and they didn't have the time to devote to it. So the other problem that they were finding was that the people that they were supervising, and the people in their offices that were doing the laser treatments, were not doing a good job, were burning people, basically.
And face.
Yeah, exactly. And most of you guys know, a laser can be really dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. There are qualifications to running a laser, but there are a lot of people that were getting out of laser school that just didn't get it, didn't understand, and they didn't seem to care. And so that's just not acceptable. Like Lisa said, we're talking about the face. This is not emergency surgery. This is not to save your life. This is to improve the way you look. Well, if we burn you, in my opinion, that's unforgivable. Things do happen that are out of your control, but if you're not doing the very best you can, and you don't care, and you're not being the safest, then that's just not okay. You shouldn't be in this business. And that's what I was finding, and that's what a lot of people were doing. So a lot of the plastic surgeons were turning it back on me and saying, well, I'm not going to do this. I do have a couple lasers, but I'm not going to use them. I'm going to let their warranties expire, and I'm not going to carry them anymore because I can't keep up with the newest technology. And then they started turning it back around on me and saying, but why don't you do it? And after a couple of them said that, I started thinking, well, I really want this laser, and some of the other things that I'm finding out about as I was doing this research and finding out more and more what was coming available, and we didn't have it in Fort Worth. And I don't want to drive to Dallas, and we need it here. So I started thinking about it, and I decided, okay, I'll do this. So that's how it got started.
And so what if not that you should go anywhere else, but what if you were to go to somewhere else? What is a question that you can ask to make sure that you're getting the most qualified person that's going to be performing a procedure with a laser? Is there anything that you should ask them to make sure? Because I'm sure there's other great people
There are
around.
qualifications, but there's a lot of changes going on legally now regarding med spas, because there's crazy things happening that you hear about on the news.
Okay.
You know, Brazilian butt lifts in hotel rooms and people dying and just nuts stuff, right? Crazy stuff.
Wow.
There are laws that are coming into place, and things that are being legally put into place to keep the patients safer, but they haven't caught up with the technology. This business is pretty much exploding right now, and more people are doing lasers. There's a lot of tattoo artists taking off, buying lasers, and they're very, very old technology, and taking off tattoos in their tattoo parlors, and burning people like crazy and scarring people. Those older lasers will burn and scar you.
Wow.
So you're supposed to be laser certified to run a laser in the state of Texas. At the moment, you only have to have that license for laser hair removal. Okay. So and it's all in flux. Basically, it's all changing very quickly. Okay. But what I'm going to tell you is, even if you have a laser, you can get a license to run a laser in 2 weeks. And what I was finding was that the people coming out of laser school didn't understand what they were doing. 2 weeks is not enough to understand how to do this.
So do your research.
Do your research. Ask. You know what? The best thing you can do, I think, is read reviews, because people can be qualified, but they may not have been there very long. These places tend to have a very high turnover of employees for multiple reasons. Part of it is safety. Somebody burns somebody, they might be out and just move on to the next spa.
Wow.
So I think probably the best thing that you can do is read reviews about the place and find out if their patients are happy and not. And getting the results that they want.
Good stuff.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't give her a warning on that one.
There's a lot going on in the whole industry right now, so it's all in flux.
Wow. Well, and I appreciate you guys watching this and joining us, and this is a little bit longer than we normally do, but gosh, some great information, and it's just such an interest for people that are wanting to, age gracefully, and so I feel so fortunate to know you, and that it's, again, somebody I can trust, ask all these questions to, and she's shared this kind of information from day one, and she's always intrigued me, and I've always been very interested to know more. It's just always a timing thing. So, anyway, okay. Last question I want to ask her is, why did you choose to be part of the Women's Legacy Conference?
Well, I'm honored to be part of it, first of all, so I appreciate you allowing me to do this. I live in Parker County. My Skin Deep is in Fort Worth, just on the east side, I guess, on the outskirts.
And tell them where you are.
We are on Bryan Irvin and 820, close to Academy and Rio Mambo, in that same shopping area. So we're real easy to get to, right off on the Bryan Irvin exit, and we're right there.
Okay, sorry.
I live in Parker County, and I grew up in Fort Worth, moved away for 20 years, and then moved back. So I've been back for almost 10 years now, but I love Fort Worth, and I love living in Parker County, and I love the women in Parker County. Yeah. And I'm very excited about what you're doing. I think it's a wonderful thing to get business women together, to share ideas, to meet each other, to network with each other, to help learn from each other, and just to support each other. So I'm glad to be a part of that.
Wow. And if you have watched some of the videos that I've been doing, you're going to hear that statement about other women helping the women, lift them up, pass on the information that they have. And it's amazing how people can collaborate. And that's awesome to consistently hear that's why part of the reason why you want to get involved also. And I'm so happy to be able to help share information about, your company and people to meet you and get to know you, since you're going to be doing the laser. So check her out on Facebook. Her page is?
It is skindeeplasermd.com.
Cool. And do you have any other social sites? I saw Facebook. Are you on Instagram or anything else? Twitter?
We're working on it.
Good. Okay. So. Well, definitely check them out. Check out any reviews they have. And after this, I'm getting procedures, so I'm not going to tell you what yet. So you can meet Laura at the Women's Legacy Conference. Make sure to register at www.womenslegacyconference.com, and there is a special going on that you can save $50 off registration through the end of the month with the promo code LEGACY. That's only good for a couple more days. March Madness. So go out and register today, and we look forward to seeing you at the conference. I'd be happy to give you a personal introduction to Laura before then. And thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.